Hello, beautiful soul. Hello, beautiful teacher and leader of New Earth. I have a few reminders for you today, a few things that just channeled through from the Divine. The Divine wants me to remind you of a couple of things to help you access and remember your divinity. So here we go. Okay, number one, your circumstances do not matter, your current circumstances, right? It doesn't matter what's happening in your outer reality. It's a projection of your own consciousness. It's a mirror. The universe is a mirror. It's reflecting back to you your own level of consciousness, trying to teach you something, show you something, illuminate something, right? The only thing that matters, right, is the present moment and just being present and marrying yourself to the present moment again and again in every moment, right? Anchoring yourself as the creator. Okay, your past doesn't matter, the future doesn't exist, right? Everything is happening now, okay? Everything is happening for you and through you, okay? Don't forget that. Everything is happening for you and through you. You are not a victim, you are the creator, okay? A reminder that you are the flow of all abundance. Spirit wants me to be really clear on this. Abundance is within you. It's your birthright, right? You are abundance, right? And you are the flow of all abundance, right? So all the abundance, any abundance that you see in your outside reality, in these so-called others, right, which are actually other versions of you, right? It's all you. That is you observing yourself as the creator awareness, okay? You have limitless abundance, right? And you are the flow of all abundance. Spirit wants me to drum that home for you today. People dealing with past trauma, okay? People still stuck in victim, right? Past trauma, bad things happen to me. There is no bad, there is no good, okay? Get rid of all that, eradicate that language. We're moving beyond duality. We're moving into oneness. Unity consciousness, okay? So realize that past trauma, if you are struggling with past trauma, just realize it only exists in your mind. It's nowhere else. It's a mental construct. That's it, which can be dissolved in an instant if you like. Okay, once you remember who you are, right? So all you have to do is remember who you are as the creator, right? Remember the truth. You're not a victim, right? You're the creator. So if you remember that you're the creator, your past trauma will dissolve instantly, right? But it's got to be, you can't just remember overnight. Like, you got to do a bit of preparation, build the foundations, and over time, you'll reprogram yourself as the creator and move away from victim. Just be patient. This is your spiritual practice. This is the inner work. It happens in your mind. Everything happens in your mind. So ask yourself, your higher self, why it created the trauma, okay? These past events, circumstances where you were traumatized, right? So ask your higher self, why did it create the trauma? Okay, and this will help you to understand how it served you, the so-called traumatic circumstances, right? Which the false character is perceiving as trauma, right? It was actually a perfect creation because your higher self created it, creates everything. Everything serves you. Everything is a perfect creation, and there's no mistakes, no accidents, right? Your higher self is a magnificent creator. So ask your higher self, why did you create this trauma? And you will open space to understand, right? You get that zoomed out perspective so you can understand how the traumatic event or whatever happened to you, right? And still honor it. And whatever happened. It's in your mind. Yes, it's a memory. It's there, okay? We're not disregarding it. We're not hiding it away, but we're just getting the perspective of our higher self and understanding that our higher self creates every set of circumstances for us, right? And everything is a perfect creation, and everything's there to create, every creation is there to evolve our consciousness, to help us merge deeper with love, okay? That's the truth. So every past circumstance, everything that's ever happened to you was there to serve you and your highest good. So open space for that clarity to come in, and it will come in. It will, I promise. Just be patient, be still, and it'll come. The divine will bring it to you. You'll move into that flow of abundance, which is who you really are, and it'll all come. It'll all make sense. You'll reconcile every paradox. I promise. So remember that your higher self is a magnificent creator, right? A magnificent creator, your higher self, who makes no mistakes, right? There are no accidents in your life. There has never been a single accident. Everything has been a perfect set of circumstances, perfect creation, serving your highest good. Right? Every creation that your higher self manifest is a perfect creation that is divinely crafted to help you merge deeper with your true essence, which is unconditional love. Right? That's the truth. Right? Nice little reminder today. Now, to overcome and heal, like this so-called past trauma, right? To really what we're doing is graduating beyond it, right? We're moving from victim to creator, right? You got to just zoom out your perspective to that of your higher self. So zoom out your perspective, right? In shamanism, we become the eagle, right? Zoom out our perspective and we see everything, right? From God's perspective, from the perspective of our higher self, from the divine, right? Because everything is a divine creation. Everything is perfect. Your higher self is such a powerful and magnificent creator and a beautiful creator, right? Makes no mistakes. So your higher self created the trauma because your higher self is orchestrating everything in your life. So just remember that, right? You're not the victim of your circumstances. We're moving beyond the victim paradigm, which is low frequency, very low level of consciousness, right? Whenever we're in victim, we're in lack, scarcity, fear, right? We're moving towards unconditional love, unity consciousness, love and abundance, okay? Which is your true essence of who you are, right? So your higher self created the trauma because your higher self's creating everything, orchestrating everything in your life, right? It has the divine blueprint, okay? And it's such a perfect, beautiful, magnificent blueprint, right? That you can surrender into and trust and let go and live in faith, merging higher self, lower self, living as a complete divine being, both dark and light, embracing everything, because you are everything. You are the Alpha and the Omega and everything in between. You are the beginning and the end and everything in between. You are the love and the dark, the dark and the light and everything in between. You are everything, dear one, everything. You are so divine, beyond divine. Nothing can traumatize you, right? It's the false character, right, that convinces itself that it has been traumatized, that it is a victim. It's the egoic mind, the tyranny of the egoic mind, desperately trying to convince you that you are a victim, right? But you are not a victim. You are the creator of every circumstance in your reality, and every creation that you have ever created is perfect. There has never been a single mistake. There are no accidents. There has never been a single accident. Your life has been so perfect, beyond perfect. And when you are able to see that perspective, right, take the perspective of the eagle, zoom out, see God's perspective, you will see how divine every single little thing is in this whole experience, right? Now, it wasn't your fault that you experienced trauma. I want to be really clear on that too, right? This false character, right? Your ego, right, will try and trick you and say, oh, it was your fault. You made a mistake. You reacted to this and you created this set of circumstances as a victim, right? It's your fault. It was punishment for something that you did wrong, right? That's not true either. Your higher self will never punish you. Your higher self is pure, unconditional love, right? Will never, never punish you. Your higher self represents a perfect balance between your divine father and your divine mother, right? So you have these divine parents, right? This is what your higher self is. Perfect balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? And your divine parents, right, who are always looking over you, always protecting you, keeping you safe, and helping you, assisting you to evolve your consciousness to its highest level, to merge back with love, to just be. They just want you to be with them. They desire you to just be with them, back to the Holy Trinity, all right? So they will never allow you to become traumatized, your divine parents, right? And you always have their protection. You don't need any protection outside of that, right? Of course you do. You have ancestors, spirit power animals, right? The plants, the trees, the mushrooms, all the animals, like minerals, insects, everything is helping you and protecting you. But really, ultimately, the divine mother, the divine father, and with you as the child, that Holy Trinity, like nothing can touch that. That is the ultimate protection when you remember that and merge back with that frequency. Our lower self, or the false character, right, our ego, only perceives that it has been traumatized when it does not know its higher self, the component of its higher self, right? So we have lower self and higher self, right? And our lower self is the fragmented, traumatized ego mind, the brainwashed, conditioned, programmed MK Ultra, right? Been subject to all the matrix programming, gone through the school system, the debt slavery system, right? Heavily programmed. That's our lower self, the false character, or our ego. And that only perceives that it has been traumatized when it does not know the higher self, this magnificent creator, which is your higher self, which makes no mistakes, no accidents. When our lower self feels as if it has been traumatized, okay, it's because it has forgotten the power of the higher self, the infinite, limitless power and potential of the higher self, the divine, which is limitless, infinite, goes on forever, has it is the flow of all abundance, because that is you, and it's infinite pure potential, right? But the lower self forgets that, and it will try to convince you that it's been traumatized and that it's a victim of its circumstances, and that will keep you in a low frequency. It'll keep the false character in a low frequency, right? And it'll prevent you from ascending to the higher frequencies. And yeah, that's it's like a little tug of war. It's like this necessary tension that helps to evolve our consciousness. So it's all a perfect creation, part of the perfect plan of the divine, this whole divine orchestration. Again, I just want to remind you again, the higher self is a magnificent creator, okay, who makes no mistakes, and every creation serves you in the evolution of your consciousness. Don't ever forget what I just said. When you are able to zoom out your perspective and remember that you are both higher self and lower self, then you create space in your mind, right? Space will clear to see the truth about your past trauma, okay? You won't be able to see the truth if there's all this mental disturbance, like crazy thoughts. If your ego's running wild, you won't be able to see the truth about your past trauma, and you will fall victim to the ego, and it will convince you very, very well. It's very good at convincing you that you are a victim of your past trauma and that it defines who you are. And I'm just telling you that that's not the case. You are not your past trauma. You are your higher self, which is this magnificent creator, this infinite, limitless, pure potential of the entire cosmos. Right? That is who you are, and that cannot be traumatized. You are the sun in our solar system. You represent the sun, right? Your lower self represents planet Earth, right? And we have weather events on planet Earth, clouds and storms, right? And they can have an impact on planet Earth, but you're the sun behind all of that. Nothing, no weather event, no matter how extreme on planet Earth, can affect the sun. And the sun is who you are. That just beaming of just light, right? Pure light, pure consciousness, pure energy, pure potential. That is who you are, untouchable. You will see how the past events are now just a memory, right? When you remember this truth, you will see how the past events are now just a memory, and they were guiding your soul back to that place of deep inner peace and unconditional love. Okay, so you'll see the truth. You just got to open space in your mind for the truth to come in. And so meditation and stillness and everything, you will be able to reconcile every single paradox that you have ever come across in your life, and you'll be able to make sense of everything that has not made sense. And you will just find such a perfect balance and a level of deep inner peace and knowing who you are, that everything is perfect. Your higher self is a magnificent creator, creating everything to serve you in every moment. And you are the flow of all abundance, and all you need to do is just relax and be still and merge with that frequency and allow it all to come to you. So I love you. I hope that helps. Namaste, and have a blessed week.